Hello, how are you? My name is KJ.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Haley.
Haley, okay. I'm so glad to meet you. And just let me to introduce about myself a little bit so that you can get to know me and then we can get started. My name is KJ and I'm from Taiwan. And actually, I just have a gap year last year in Australia. And I come back to Taiwan last April, I think. By the way, if I use like a wrong grammar or inappropriate vocabulary, just please just tell me or correct me. Yeah, that would help me a lot. So actually, I have a like vocabulary exam a couple of days ago. This exam is kind of like there are 15 questions about this exam, and all of them is about vocabulary. I haven't tried my answer yet. Would you like to help me to find the answer?
Sure, of course.
And I will send you the question. So the first question is this one. So no one could beat Paul at running. He has won the running championship, for 3 years. And there are 4 options, option A, B, C, D. So this one, my answer is D. So What do you think about the answer?
I would agree with D.
Yeah, so the correct answer is D, right?
Yes, I would say so. No one could beat Paul at running. He has won the running championship continuously for 3 years, definitely.
Because sadly, I not really know about the meaning of A, B, C. So the only meaning I know is D. Yeah. So I think maybe
Do you want me to give you the meanings of them? So rapidly is just another word for quickly. So it just means to do something very fast at a fast pace. Urgently means to do something with importance and to do it also quickly because it's very important. So if something is urgent, it needs to be taken care of immediately.
Okay, I got it. And temporary?
Temporarily means only for a little bit of time. So if something is temporary, it's not going to stay forever. It's only going to exist for a little bit of time.
I see. It's such as like a temporary teacher, like
yes,
something like that. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much. So the question 2 is, Kevin had been standing on a ladder trying to reach for a book on the top shelf when he lost his bra and fell to the ground, and there are A, B, C, D option. So this one, I think this one is easy for me. So my answer is B, balance.
Yes, correct.
And and other option, I don't have any question about that. So let's move on to the third question. Until now, I think this question is kind of like easy, but it just getting a little bit difficult. So it's such a challenge for me. So the question 3 is, as more people rely on the internet for information, it has newspapers as the most important source of news. And option A, B, C, D. And my answer is let me see. My answer is C. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I can't understand the option A and B. Could you explain that for me?
So distributed, it means to pass something out. If you distribute something, it means you're passing something to other people. You're giving it away. So for example, distributing newspapers. So you're going to throw newspapers to people's houses, right? You're giving them away.
It's a little bit like a delivery or
yes.
Not exactly. Okay,
yes, similar. So a company that has a center where they load trucks with goods is called a distribution center. Because they're distributing things from the center. Okay. And then subtracted means to take away from.
Take away from. Okay, yes. I got it.
It's like subtracting in math.
Okay, it's clear now. Yeah. And the question 4 is, the restaurant has a charge of NT 250 per person. So the 4 of us need to pay at least NT 1,000 to eat there. And my God. NT is Taiwanese dollar, but it's rather than it's like American dollar, like 30. Yeah, almost 30. Yeah. So it's
like
quite a little bit expensive, expensive a little bit.
Yeah.
That's so yeah, that's insane. Yeah. So my answer is B, minimum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I would agree.
Yes, because I can't find the other answer about this one. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like an appropriate vocabulary for this question.
I would agree.
Yeah. Question 5 is, Julie is very close to her family. Wherever she feels depressed, she returns to the warm and the comfortable atmosphere of her home. So this one, my answer is C, but sadly, again, I don't know the option A, B, C, the meaning about that. Yeah.
Okay. So C is the correct answer. I would agree with C as the correct answer. Critical means something similar to urgent. They've got similar meanings. If something is critical, that means it's usually you use it in terms of like if somebody is in the hospital, their condition is critical, which means it is kind of dangerous. We don't know. It's
I got it.
Urgent to keep an eye on something. So if something's critical, you really need to pay attention to it.
Okay, I got it.
It could possibly be dangerous. Sloppy means messy.
Okay.
Sloppy is just another word for messy.
Secure. And, secure, I know. And
okay.
The D, I don't know about that. D.
Cautious. It means do something with extreme care, to really think about it. So when you're cautious, you are being extra careful with something.
Too carefully, something like that.
Yes. So when they say be cautious, they say it means, really think about something, evaluate your situation, be very careful before you move forward.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, it's clear.
Got it.
So the question 6 is, Emma's part-time experiences at the cafeteria is how to pronounce this one? Cafeteria?
Yes, cafeteria. That's correct.
Okay, it's good for running her own restaurant. So my answer is A. Yeah.
Yes, I would agree.
But the question is, I'm not really sure about the meaning of C and meaning of D. Yeah, could you?
Okay.
Just
yeah. So formation means just putting something into a pattern of sort. Usually just a line. So formation is just a structure, a given structure, a line, a shape of something like that.
Okay. I got
it. For calculation, it's like math. Adding something, subtracting something, multiplying something.
I got it.
To get a resulting answer.
Okay, got it. So the question 7 is, Daniel shows Barbara towards his classmates. He doesn't take part in any of the class activities, and doesn't even bother talking to other students in his class. So for this question, my answer is A, indifferences.
Yep, I would agree.
In this case, I know the meaning of B and the meaning of C, but I don't know the meaning of D. So could you explain that for me?
Yes. So desperation is, it's like to do something because it's almost like a last resort. You're doing something, if you're doing something out of desperation, it means that you have no other options. You don't see any other options, and this is your only last option. That is probably not a good option, but you're desperate. So you really need help, you need money, you need something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I just think maybe A is maybe it's quite correct than D. So question A is the moment the student feel the earthquake, they can out of the classroom to an open area outside. So my answer is A. This question, I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah, so I would say the answer to this question is B, swiftly, because swiftly is another word for quickly.
Oh, okay.
So they ran swiftly or quickly outside the classroom.
And how about option C?
Constantly means almost regularly. If something is constant, it happens over and over and over again.
Okay, I got it. The question 9 is,
okay.
Jack is very proud of his fancy new motorcycle. He has been to all his friends about how cool it looks and how fast it runs. My answer is D, confessing, because I'm not really sure about the meaning about A, B, C, and D. So I just guessed one of the questions.
Sure.
Option.
So I think in this case, the answer would be A, because boasting means really proud of something, and you can't stop talking about how amazing it is and how awesome it is. And that's what it means to boast. To boast is to tell people about how amazing or awesome something is that you have or you have done.
So, okay, by the way, I already know the meaning of C. So right now I also don't know the meaning of B and D.
Okay. So B, proposing, means to suggest something. You're suggesting an option usually. So if you're proposing something, you're suggesting an offer usually.
Okay, I got it. And confessing. Confessing
is like if you've done something wrong or you have a secret, that is confessing. It means that you are telling a secret. You're telling about something you've done that nobody knows about.
Okay, I got it. So my answer is totally wrong.
Yeah, I would say in this case, the answer is A.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. And the question 10 is, the government issued a travel for Taiwanese in response to the outbreak of civil war in Syria. So my answer is B. So I think this one is correct, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So another option, I already know the meaning, so we can move on to other. Yeah. I think this one is probably the easy one for me.
Yeah, number 10, that one is quite easy.
So number 11 is these warm-up exercises are designed to help people, their muscles, and prevent injuries. So my answer is A, option A.
I would say in this question, the correct answer is D. To loosen.
To loosen.
Yes.
What is the meaning about loosen? It's kind of like a loose, right?
Yes. Yes. So if you're loosening something, it's the opposite of tightening. So if you're tightening something, you're securing it. You're making sure it can't move. If you're loosening something, you're making something easier to move. So when you're loosening your muscles, it means that your muscles are easier to move.
Okay, suddenly I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do you know the meaning of the other answers?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I guess maybe at the moment I didn't think about this one.
That's all right.
So the number 12 is Eddie was to accept her friend's suggestion because she thought she could come up with a better idea herself. This one is a little bit difficult for me. So my answer is A. Okay.
I would say the answer is B, reluctant.
Okay. So because this one, in this case, I already know the meaning of option C. So I quickly remove the option C.
Yeah.
So right now I just picked from A, B, and D. Yes. And sadly, I can't understand the whole meaning of option. So could you?
Yeah. So answer A, tolerable, means that it's not fully acceptable. Like you're not really happy with a situation or outcome, but it's tolerable. Like it's not the worst option. You can kind of deal with it. You might not want to deal with it, but you can. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense for me.
So if something is tolerable, you're like, nah, I guess I can deal with it. Like, I don't want to, but it's okay.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
B, reluctant, means you're hesitating. You don't want to accept something or do something. You're kind of unsure, want to really react quickly. You're very reluctant.
Oh, okay, I got it.
So modest means it's actually the opposite of boasting or bragging. So when you're modest, you're not going to talk about yourself very much. You're not going to take credit for things that you've done. You're usually kind of quiet. You don't like to talk about yourself. You're not going to, look for praise or approval from people.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So the question 13 is, the airport was closed because of the snowstorm, and our for Paris had to be delayed until the following days. So my answer, because this one I a little bit hesitate between.
Yeah, you were reluctant
between option B and option D. So my answer is
yes,
option D. Yeah, it's good.
Good.
It's correct answer.
Yes. Yep. Option D would be correct.
I got it. So I don't have another misunderstanding about this question.
Okay.
So the question 14 is, Brian is widely to be an outstanding employee of his company because he is not only hardworking but also very creative. So my answer is A. I don't know the meaning about B and C.
Okay.
And option C is imposed. What is the meaning about that?
Yes. So it means to force something onto somebody. So if you're imposing your ideas, you're forcing your ideas onto somebody else. You're forcing them to accept it, or you're trying to force them to accept it.
I got it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes.
So, okay, finally, the last question. Yeah. So the last question is, the kingdom. Yeah. Oh. The kingdom began to after the death of its ruler, and was soon taken over by a neighboring country. So my answer is B, the option B.
I would say in this case the answer is option A.
So I already know the meaning of B and the meaning of D. So the other option I don't know the meaning. Could you explain that for me?
Yes. Collapse means to break down or fall apart.
Okay, I got it.
So think of like a bridge collapsing. The bridge is falling apart.
Yeah, it makes sense in this case.
Yes. Rebel means to fight against something. So it's generally like a community would rebel against their government or a leader. So it's generally referring to smaller, like a less advantaged group of people fighting against somebody in power.
I got it. Okay,
yes,
I got it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for find the answer with me together. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So how do you think about this serious question? I mean, it's for English learner. Do you think this question is a little bit difficult? It's kind of like what is level about that? It's intermediate or advanced or something like?
I'm confused by their group of words, because normally, when you're learning a language, the words are grouped in a certain way. So, they tend to relate to one another, when you're doing a vocabulary quiz. And I can't see how any of these words relate to
they
each
don't
other.
They don't have like a similar meaning about that. Yeah, there's total different.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And they just, it's not like they're describing a group of describing words or a group of like adjectives or a group of nouns. You know what I mean? It's like all it's kind of over the place. So that would confuse me.
Okay. Yeah. So it's, for me, it's kind of like not very easy, but it's a little bit challenging for me. I wouldn't say it's super difficult, but for me, I have to take time to think about it.
As an English language speaker, I wouldn't find these questions difficult only because since I know the words, it's not like they're trying to trick you. So I think in that case, it's good because it's not like for example, when I have to take a test, they would give me two words that are incredibly similar in meaning, but one is the correct answer. So they're kind of trying to trick you.
So in this exam, they didn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very different. These words are very different from each other, which is a good thing, but also could be a bad thing because it gives you less. If you don't know one word, it could kind of be a problem because then you're less likely to guess what the correct word is.
Yeah, if this question for like American little student, like a little kids, it's kind of like a difficult or not?
I don't think it would be elementary school. So I would probably say like 11 or 12.
Okay.
It could be a little bit older. It definitely would not be younger than 11. The vocabulary is a little advanced.
But there's an interesting question that suddenly comes to my mind. So how do children build up their vocabulary when they are like a children, elementary school student or kindergarten school student?
By reading. And so in our classes, we do a lot of different reading. Mostly it's reading.
So I'm very happy to have a lesson with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's been nice. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Have a good weekend. Yeah. See ya. Bye-bye.